Whew. Well, here we are, deep in round 2, and already here by the first week. Oh boy, there's a lot to talk about here. We have some fights ahead of us there. Let's take a look what happened in the first week, shall we? So let's start this off by looking at, of course, the Jordell division here. Because so far, this seems to be the only division that's sort of shaking out the way people expected here. And yet, some would argue that there's at least already been now one upset here. Let's go and take a look at what the teams are looking like here after they've played now basically week 8. Of course, Phantom dodging Duelist here. No one is stopping these Pro Elves. Alright, remember, this Pro Elf team got tied. And yep, they're still continuing their ways. And they're still going to go on here. Strong Arm, of course. The wonderful, and you can see now another skill added to the catcher. Now he's got Wrestle, so now you see what he's starting to do. AG5, he's the ultimate cage diver, and he just does the business after that. There, the blocker, of course, as we mentioned, he started getting skills to try and catch up the other one there. He's got the blodge catcher there. This is where the team is definitely developing deeper, better skills. As you can see, they're already starting to skill up the next catcher. They've brought another one on board, and already he's got a touchdown. Wrestle on the lineman here. Kick, of course, an essential skill. 3 rerolls, 7 fan factor. Is anyone actually going to stop them? Is the honest question. Or should we just put it in a bow and say he's off to the playoffs at this point here? Well, so far that's one game down. Several more to go here. Alright, meanwhile, let's take a look here at the Warp Cheese Getters here. Underworld, of course, still playing by his strategy here of low TV, lots of induced players. As we see, it's all in, all out. It works or it doesn't work. And so far, it's Jerry staying out on this one here. No development here continuing here on the team, really, here. It's like he's got the block on the thrower. Makes fine. Skaven, well, maybe if he gets another skill, that might make a subtle difference. And, of course, the whole lamb of just goblins. You can see all the MVPs he's been getting. So it's like he's waiting to have a skill up finally, but he seems to be really sticking hard to the idea of nope. Doesn't want skill ups here, wants to keep his TV low. Okay, 4 fan factor though argues that might not be working the way he expected. We still got this round to get through here. The Gozards. Well, they had a rough game again, but it seems to be par for the course here. The team is certainly developing. There's nothing wrong here with the development. As you can see, the Saurus is now getting better. He's now bought tackle on one of the Sauruses there, so there's his counterattack to the future dodges he's going to run into. And, of course, the Skinks continue to develop, which is doing good wonders for him. 3 rerolls, the 4 fan factor still low, but remember, he had problem with Havlings game 1, so it's just the way of the things. Dead Pirate roll now. Skull, the Necros continue to march on, and boy, do they ever continue. 3 reroll, 7 fan factor. Look at the skill set. All this extra guard here. Well, considering how he plays this team, absolutely needs. He's got the 2 ghouls doing great. The flesh golems have developed pretty nicely, and of course, the Yiffy Mutts there. And he's not an overbloated TV at this point. So again, teams moving on strength to strength to strength. Then, of course, Fen. Yeah, Fen request here. The Bretonians. Like I said, this was going to be the game week where they basically wanted a recovery week. They sort of got that. Not perfect, but they sort of got it. As you can see, the only injury they took was a peasant. So they don't fucking care because everyone else did a great job and just continues skilling and leveling up, as you can see. He's got back the 4 blitzes, he's got back the 4 yeomen, he has finally completed the rebuilding, and now it's time to start buying peasants. And he knows it. He absolutely knows it. And eventually get another reroll. So he's not out of it, not by a long shot. And of course, the understated kingmaker of the entire division here, the Sovereign, the Nurgle firm, because they are literally a team that can absolutely destroy anyone or can have a bad day. It really depends what happens and what they run into there. As I said, they've got the Magnificent Fluffy there with the increase there. The rebuilding of the Nurgle Warriors continues. The rebuilding of the Pestigors continues. As you can see, he's popped his first skill back on the Pestigor. Well done. The Rod is just destroyed here, but again, it's Nurgle. You don't care about the Rodders. Other than he's got 1 hit with Leader. Well, that's fine. He burns that as his first reroll every time. Doesn't really count on him to do much there. This is the funny one. The ball carrier. 2 heads, extra arms on a rodder, of all things. Is it working for him? Well, we'll see how the rest of the season actually carries out for him here. Right now, the answer is inconclusive. We're about to sum it up. 2 team re-rolls, 5 fan factor. And now let's take a look here. What happened in the game week? As you can see, yep, the Necros totally ran all over the Sovereign there. And it was a 2-0 win there. The Battle Royale, you saw that on the cast there between these 2 lads here. 1-1 was your final tie. It's not bad for either team, but it's also both teams are both disappointed. And that's fine. Both coaches are allowed to be disappointed with the result. The reality is, could either coach have done better? Could the dice... Oh, fuck yeah, the dice could have been better. It was one of those strange games where maybe a different position here and there could have won the game for the other team. Or bad luck, as the case may be. You make your decision on that broadcast there. And then, of course, yep, zero surprise there. Utterly, totally, the Pro Elves just destroyed Underworld, leading to the current leaderboard. No surprises here. Who's top of the league having a laugh right now? The Elven Union team, of course. The Necromax are right after them, and of course, there's the tie, so they're stuck bang in the middle, which is fine for both these firms. For now. They're going to have to start raising the game. They need wins. You can't just have all ties. As for both these firms here, it's now time for a recovery because they need a solid win. No argument. They've got to get out of this situation. But let's take a look here what the upcoming schedule is going to be. Nurgle has popped the Bretonnians. It's a weird game, that one there, because quite frankly, Nurgle can just absolutely drive the Bretonnians nuts. But as you can see, the Bretonnians have rebuilt. It's any given Sunday, that game. It really is. But both teams desperately fighting for the win there. Expect there to be lots of good, solid play. A matchup everyone has been hoping for really quickly between these 2 firms here. Yep, the Necros and the Fall. This might be the only other time the Pro Elves are seriously looking at a tie, let alone anything else here. It's all going to come down to critical die rolls as the game goes on, and let's see if Nuffle's a bit of a cunt here. Gozards versus Warp Cheat Getters. Normally, I would say the Lizards hands down have this game guaranteed. However, we have seen the talent and Underworlders do one there, and they're going to go all on this game. And look at the inducement difference he's going to get. It is going to be an insane number of inducements, so do not be surprised if Warp Cheat Getters pulls out all their stops to totally mess with the luggage. It's going to be a hell of a game, Warren. Okay, who we got next on the list here? And now we bring you on to the Griff Division, the biggest fucking fighting division we have got here this season. And good God, they are not disappointing. Let's go and take a look at the first of the numerous cunts. Yeah, there's lots of cunts in this team. First off, Lancashire Crap United. As you can see, they have rebuilt, and oh God, there's a theme here somewhere. Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow, Mighty Blow. Oh, look, Mighty Blow. Funny that. And look at this. Dirty player, dirty. 3 rerolls. I don't think anyone wants to fucking play this team. Nobody wants to fucking play this team. They are basically become the kingmaker for this entire division. It basically is going to come down to how well you do is what's going to happen to your team. Alright, now let's take a look at the Camry firm here. The Sand Destroyers. As you saw on the broadcast, they're magnificently played. They did a great job. They got the Tomb Guardian slowly building up. They got 2 on the Breach of Greatness here. This AG3 Skeleton, I said it before and I'll say it again, is the saviour of his team. It really is keeping this firm where it belongs, which is hopefully buried in the sand somewhere in the back lot there, along with the Les Habitants, dreams of playoff glory. Anyway, dirty player, no surprise there, because he's got spares, sort of. He's basically just keeping here with the 12 players here. If he has any other missed next games, then he might worry. But, of course, 3 rerolls, 6 fan factor. He's got the kicker, perfect skill for a Camry team. He's got the very accurate throw right there. But like I said, this is the player right there, Astrolabe, who carries his team. Expect great things, but if he gets removed early, that is it for his firm, basically, in that game there. And now the other flying cunts. Yeah, the Anvils have had shots. They've had a... Like I said, as a Trough team, they're having a really, really weird run of it. They did make it at the second round, as you see here, but 1 Bull Centaur level up, and they're out 1 for the next game. That's gonna fucking hurt. Don't get me wrong, that's gonna fucking hurt. And you can see here, different build. He's going guard, but now you see here, he's had to take a mighty blow too. Why? He's seeing what fucking division he's in. He needs to start getting some numbers up. No, honestly, you need to start getting some numbers up here. Meanwhile, as for the Hobgoblins here, okay, you're doing a great job with the Hobgoblins. You figured out the magic. They are what is going to try and get your team scoring. Tackle and kick, alright, you can't lose them, but you can't really bench him either. That's the problem. And you can see what his job is. Free roaming safety, along with the rest of the lads here. 3 team reroll, 6 fan factor. We'll see what your next match is. It really is going to come down to that one there. Alright, now the Dwarves, who really go, what the fuck are we doing here? And you can already see, we discussed this before here, and we'll discuss it again here. It's like the firm's looking and waiting for something to show up, and it still hasn't fucking shown up here. Maybe the coach is looking for that certain extra spot. Maybe he needs an extra keg of ale to suddenly spontaneously appear. Whatever it takes, he'll find it, we hope. He's already played through, and you can already see the damage has been done. Another fucking dead dwarf. Yep, he's out another one. So, yeah, he's built up money, and now Emily has to replace 490k. So much for that huge build-up. He's got 210k, and he's about to spend 90. He's not happy about that. He's at least up 3 reels, but the 4 fan factor is starting to show something has gone wrong with this dwarf firm. Now, he's got plenty of guard, and there's nothing wrong with the permanent damage he's got here, because they're dwarves and the line beards. They don't matter for movement or AG, so he can just ignore these injuries. He really can't here. What he really does need, I'll say it again here, is he somehow needs the blitzer, and he's got the one runner. Again, the best suggestion I can give you is give him a partner. He needs a partner, alright? Now, whether you get them now or get them later, but I would recommend earlier is probably better before your next game. And honestly, this is from the heart, lad. I know you're an excellent coach. You need a second runner. You really honestly do. And I know it doesn't go with your model. Fine. But so far, Dwarves are tougher to play than you really think, aren't they? They really honestly are. They look simple, fistings, lots and lots of fistings, but they really aren't, are they? Alright, now the darling of this division. No, seriously, the darling of the division there. Everyone likes yelling to Valhallelujah here. The Norse probably punching way above their weight, and everyone loves and cheers them because the coach... This is your team. It really is. Sure, they might lose games, but this is your team because your special absolute chutzpah of not giving 2 flying fucks delivers on this firm. Let's take a look at the Berserker. Oh, he unlocked the skill. He unlocked it. Piling on to go the job up. He's got the combo going here finally. He just wishes the other lag could catch up here. Meanwhile, yep, the AG4 doing great business there. He's got the blodge there. And look at the rest of the team. It's developing fantastic. It really is here. But as he knows, and he'll tell you himself, they're glass fucking cannons there. But in his hands, as long as he pays attention, I expect some good surprise wins. They are not out of this. They can maybe not win the division, but sure as hell can be a kingmaker if they try hard enough. 3 reroll, the 3 fan factors hurting you. That you can't blame on the coach. It's just how it's going. And then finally here, the team that is predicted to win it all, but they're very nervous in this division. I'm serious, they're very fucking nervous. The Dark Elves, high expectations of this coach here. But this huge TV is going to come back to haunt you, guarantee. Let's take a look here at the firm, and you can see here a phenomenally built crew in there. He's got all the crazy skills. Of course, as he chuckles, tackle's almost useless in this division. It's almost useless because of so many fucking dwarves in this division. And Camry. And maybe the Norse is the only thing you're actually using on. Quite frankly, it's 2 wasted skills bloating his TV in this division. However, if he gets to playoffs, but he's got to get there. And hopefully with these people still intact here. Amy's got blodge there on the Witch Elves. See, the Witch Elves are now the Calendar Girls are starting to do the business here. The brilliant designed runner. He's now bought a second runner in there. And that's not a bad... Look, let's face it here. BB2, aka Blood Bell 2016. You have your choice between the Assassin and the Runner. Runner wins every time. No, seriously. The Assassin in the current iteration is fucking useless. As you can see in BB 2020, they did actually modify that to make the Assassin a little better. Discounted the price, gave him an extra movement increase, so his shadowing actually works for a fucking change. But as it is, the Runner, far better choice, very smart. And of course you can see, well, you know, something's missing on his firm. Yeah, you remember we were talking about the slave elves he had in the firm? They're not there anymore. He lost them. He lost the slave elves, lads. The slave wood elves gone. He's down to one left, and it's the kicker. Everyone else dead. You know, dead, gone, retired, sent to the corn slave pits there. So now this call's got to carry the team. It's still a great team. 12, 6, 3 team reroll, 6 fan factor there, but he's really in a frighteningly and scaring division. Let's take a look what happened during the week there. As you can see, the only win, and the broadcast shows you it was barely a win. Dark Elves beat the Norse, but that literally was any given Sunday game. That could have easily been the other way around there. This has got the Dark Elves alarmed. It's also got the Norse thinking they can actually do something in this division. And then you see the other one. Hard-fought fights the hell fucking way. 0-0. Futility, however, certain teams got pretty crippled. As you can see, the Dwarves got crippled in their game. And you can see this Trough got crippled in that game there. Coming out winners were their opponents, unfortunately. So let's go and take a look what the current leaderboard is. No surprise, Dark Elves are number 1 on top. Can they stay there? That is the question everyone's all asking there. And then middle of the pack, as they arrest the entire division, they are running after them fast here. And of course, the Norse, it's a loss. It's unfortunate, but they're just going to shoulder on and they're going to carry on. Let's take a look at next week's makeup, because here's the matchup the Dark Elves 100% did not want, especially at this point here. They're already battered. And now they got to face a full-strength Trough cunt team who has got one purpose and one purpose only. Kill. He's worried. He's honestly worried, because any stalling tactic he tries is guaranteed to backfire. So how does he play that? Well, he's going to have to trust in himself and trust in his firm, and maybe, as the Norse said last week, it's all about survival. Could be right. That game? Flip a coin. See what happens. Maybe it does come down to nothing there. Yodeling of Valhalla versus the Khmer. Look, let's be honest here. The Norse showed the measure and caliber that they do belong here. I'm going to give it to them because they've got the speed. The Khmer, they did play a great game. But if the Norse make use of the speed, you're not winning that one. You're really not there. Here's the funniest matchup for this round here. Yep, the battered two teams now get to show each other. Who do I honestly pick to win then? I think the Dwarves might take this because they've got something to prove. And they're going to come into this with actually, of all things, lower TV than they expected. As for the Troughs, they would love to win this, but I think they're aiming for the tie. But I don't think they want it. I wouldn't want it, would you? Anyway, but like I said, that's my prediction for that one there. Good luck to you all there. Alright, who we got next? And then, of course, there's more division. And yes, this one seems to be a little bit more clear-cut this time, doesn't it here? Let's take a look at how the teams have actually survived through their first week here. And, of course, Cemetery Gates here. Rat Ogre's scooting undead. And you can already see the nastiness has indeed kicked in. He's got the AV decrease. And then, of course, you can see this lad here. Yep. He's got a fractured arm. He gets to miss the next game. So the Scooting Undead did take some damage trying to get through this week. It wasn't expected by them, but it is what it is. But you can see there, they're building up extra cheerleaders, coach assistants, fan factor. They're a lower TV than you expected, but that's because they've got players out here. But you can see he's got the dirty player, so he knows what his business is all about there. He's got the extra guard zombie. The mummies, well, they're doing what mummies do. As you can see, here's his problem. He's had to replace one. It was a rough week. A dead mummy, he's now got to start again. And that might be what finally slows him down a little bit here. Because now the whites might have to pick up and carry a little bit. And like we said, the ghouls have gotten fucking battered. So his next matchup's going to be a real interesting one now, isn't it there? And of course, Sisters of the Leaf, well, that was a rough week for them, wasn't it? Yeah, well, no one's dead. So they're fine. And they'll probably continue doing fine at this point here. Let's take a look here. The Blitzers, as you can see, doesn't really care about this one here. The Blitzers aren't performing. That sums it up. But remember, he's had to replace these things. So carry on, carry on. The catches, well, this one needs a skill. Eventually he'll get there. And then, of course, the line women. The line women are what are carrying his team. But the problem is the line women can only do so much, as was shown. 5 fan factor, 3 team rerolls. We'll have to see what his next matchup really is. And then, of course, the Any Given Sunday team. That is a delight to watch every single time. Straight from the underworld. And as you can see, the skills, they are building up. It's getting worse. And look at this. That might be the big breaker right there. How, horns and 2 heads. He cage dives on a fucking 2. Oh dear. There's no cage safe from this lab here. It's all about risk is the business with this team. 3 rerolls, Apothecary, and of course the 7 fan factor. We have high expectations of this firm. They are basically the kingmaker of this division. And let's take a look here at the Skaven. It's, again, they're having a rough time. We seem to be discussing this about you sometimes, aren't we there, lad? The most handsome man in a cape in this division. But look at the damage he took. Not 1, but 2 gunner, and 1's a strength decrease. And that's the strip ball wrestler. Oh. Do you fire him at this late juncture? See, before, when he had an injured throw, of course you fire him, you just hire a new one. And you can see, but now he's got a problem. Honestly, he needs a skill, and that skill is Dauntless. But it's not happening anytime soon, lad. Maybe he buys horns? I don't know, but you're now looking at, he is a very high-risk piece. I really don't know. Your TV's really low at this point here, and your other gutter runners are going to have to step up to the plate. He, unfortunately, is now facing a recovery game, and we'll see who his opponent is as we go on there. And then, of course, yes, the Dallas Dead Boys. It's another one of those fucking weeks for them again. As we've all said before, brilliant coach, Nuffle just doesn't like him. And there's nothing wrong with the firm. Again, it's a firm. It's a great firm here. He's got the dirty play. He's got the blodgy here on the ghoul. He's got great skills on the werewolves. Both have tickle, so they're doing a great job. Big pounding it, pounding on the flesh golem. Second skill, of course, being mighty blow. More tackle on the white. Gee, you can tell what division he's in. And of course, 2 team rerolls, 4 fan factor. We'll see. And then, of course, the big surprise. Now, let's be honest here. The big surprise, how they did things here. They made it in. Yes, Panda and the Thunder Down Under. And take a look at these orcs. Well, now he's got 1 blitzer who's now doing all the fucking work. The rest of them are starting to carry up. And you can see, gee, there's a theme here. Mighty blow. It's like he's got a grudge or something. The Black Orc crew, well, he's going to have to keep working on this Black Orc crew. He's got 1 with really big shoulders. The rest of them, they're skinny little bastards. And as for the throwers, you can see he had to hire a replacement thrower because the other one got clocked. And he's debating whether he wants to fire it or not. Of course, his answer is it's only missed next game. But that's going to slow him down. 3 team rerolls, Apothecary, 5 fan factor. And we'll see how they are looking here on the schedule. Let's see how the week actually went first here. Yep, they did it. The Orcs beat the Amazons 2-1. Bravo. That was a big win. They needed that one. Puts the Sisters in a bit of a bind there. Tie game. Yep, the favoured team versus the Kingmaker. Any Given Sunday. Tie game 1-1. T-Square cannot be disappointed by... Well, he can be disappointed there. He wanted to win, but he'll take the tie because that was hard-earned. And, of course, of Mice and Min... Yes, you definitely beat the crap out of the Dallas Dead Boys, but oh, the cost to your firm. You got a win, but you got crippled in the process. Let's take a look here. Lando might be number 1, but we don't know if that's going to stick, because he got crippled. It will depend what his next opponent does to him there. Probably bends him over backwards and does the thing to him. Hopefully he gets a courtesy reach around. Meanwhile, Panda, of course, solid win there. He's right where he thinks he belongs. Keyword. Then meanwhile, big tie here. Well, they're middle of the pack. They're fine, but even Cemetery Gates is disappointed by that. They expected that to be an easy win. It was anything but there. Well, gird up your loins there, lad, and get going. Meanwhile, for these 2 here, look, recover. That's the best advice I got. One of you got a bit beat up there, but then again, you're still a pretty good fine firm. You can recover it. As for the Sisters, you didn't lose anybody, so you're on the rebound. Let's take a look at what your upcoming games here. Oh, the Orcs got the Underworld. Any Given Sunday is this Underworld firm. That's a hard call there, because you can see he's finally got the tackle in one position here. It's all going to come down to Bill Bexley's speed, and will the Goblins survive long enough to win the game? Well, no, that might be one of the casts right there. Oh. Well, I hate to say it here, for Skaven, maybe that's the game you're looking for, because you've got the Amazons next. The Amazons aren't likely hurting you, but the problem is the Amazons can just rat handle you all over the field there because of how their firm's developed here. But you have the speed. So exploit the speed, use it to maximum, you can win that. If the Sisters, though, slowly but surely march down the field, it's going to be a very painful day for the Skaven. And now the matchup everyone was waiting for in this one here. Yep, these two here. This is time for the Dallas Dead Boys to shine. If Nuffle shows up and cooperate, that is their game. Cemetery Gates, they need to get the stride back. They need that as a win. So it's a must-win game for both these firms here. And I do expect both of them to firmly deliver. Whew. Boy, that's a lot summed up in there. All right. Oh, God, we ought to do that division, don't we? And now here we are, the division you've all been waiting for. Hooligan Division. And yes, they do deliver as usual. Let's quickly review the firms here and see what's left of them after already the first week of hooliganism. All right, let's take a look here at the Kenray Vaults, the Bone Street Crew. They're still disbelieving they're in this division, but then again, this might be the division for them. Let's take a quick little review as the team is developing here. Again, he's got 2 Tomb Guardians ready to go for that second skill. He's praying for that double, and he can do some nice miracles. If he doesn't get the double, Bright Tackle is definitely something you look into, or he might go guard. It really just comes down to the play style at this point here. And then you can see the Blitzerers, 1 tackle, 1 blodge, yeah, blodge, on a blitzer, that can work, and of course the throwers, of course kickoff return, a mandatory skill there, and they'll want to block, and you can see they're so close to actually getting up to the next skill there, they just then do vice versa depending on the skill roll, and of course he's got a kicker, absolutely mandatory, 3 rerolls, 7 fan factor. The team's doing the business, and like I said, might be in the right place. Then, of course, the comedy team. Well, some people call it comedy here. We call it just having a bit of fun here, aren't we? The Havling firm, and yes, they've survived. But ouch. Yes, ouch indeed there. They've got a tree out of game, so that's not going to help much, because that's why now the TV is completely in the tank. And they got the 1 survivor, and then, of course, you can see the Havlings again. He's got the 2 players he can't fire, and again, there's another dead one. Yeah, another one's died. Of course it has, and the other one's out, so he's got money, though. So I do strongly suspect that by next week, he's going to hire 3 more fucking Havlings, because, well, he needs to start replacing it. 3 rerolls. Fan factor's starting to drop finally for this firm. It's probably because the fans are getting a bit disappointed. Now, of course, the Ogre firm. You can see right there, behold, they finally did it. They got the 5. He finally has his 5th Ogre. Might be a little late, but he's finally got it. As you can see, it is a beat up, bashed, and obliterated team, but the magic is there. He's finally got his 5th Ogre. 2 team rerolls, and now the Great Crusade begins here, and we will see how he does as the season goes on here. And of course, the Nurgle firm here, the Whiteheads. This is where you can come back, lad. This is the division you can do it, and once again, as we note there, he's got different strategy with his Fluffy. Works fine for him there. He's got a fantastic warrior crew here, doing absolutely great things. And then, of course, you can see, yeah, he's only got the 1 fucking Rada. 1. That's all he's got. Everything else is Pestigores, and 1's got a level up there. So, recommendation, lad, extra arms, look into it unless you roll something phenomenal. 2 rerolls, the fan fact is killing you there, lad, but don't worry, you're working on it. Alright, the Gooder boys, yep, Skaven that you saw, he had a chance for a blowout, and he said, no, I'm not going to take the blowout, just win. Okay, well, if there was a division you needed the skill points, this is it. That was your choice, lad, but it's one of the things you learn. When you've got a chance for a blowout, you take it. You don't stall. Take the blowout, because that's how you maximize SPP. Really, look it up. That's how you do it. When you choose not to do it, well, if it comes back to bite you, again, it's going to be on you as the coach here. Got a runner? Well, he's got one down for a while there, so next game we will see what happens there. Storm Vermin, they're not doing fuck all, but working on it. Thrower, again, same problem, needs one more completion. And of course the Line Rats, no one cares. 3 rerolls, Apothecary, and again the 1 fan factor. Like I said, you can clearly tell what division he's in, and of course we got the 1 AI, so he doesn't fucking matter. So let's take a look what the results. Well, the Whiteheads got their free pass. That's the one you're going to get, lad. Embrace it, use it, love it. Now you've got a build on it there. And the Gooder boys, yeah, you got the win, but it's only 3-0. Now, I hate to say it, after casting that game, that really should have been a higher fucking score. 3-0? You could have done better, lad. You really could have done better here, because that is probably the only game you're going to get something like that going to happen there. And then, of course, the big surprise, yep, everyone's looking at a phenomenal match, 2-2 tie. Yep, the Havlings fucking did it again, a draw. This is why this Havling team has been so terrifying. So let's take a look at the leaderboard, and as you can see here, they've got the Nurgle team, they got their free pass. So that is the one free one he gets, 1. Now he's got to fight for the rest of them there. Meanwhile, the Skaven, you got your win on what should have been a bigger blowout. I'm going to keep harping on that there, because it's only now and then. We've got so many coaches over the years, when they see a chance for a blowout, if they don't take it and then it comes back to haunt them, they go, where did it go wrong? Alright, lesson learned. That is where you maximize your SPP. Blowouts. Not casualty fests. That seems to be an illusion that people pick up from, you know, the CCL. It's an awful impression, isn't it? The tie. Well, this has now made life interesting, hasn't it? These two firms tying here. And, of course, the losses, yeah, who cares? It's Chorfs. It's rather appropriate. And the Ogres, well, they're going to have to recover now, aren't they? Now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule to see what happens. Well, Skaven get a freebie. Congratulations. There you go. Now you're getting your freebie. You're going to be 2 wins up. That's pretty solid to start. But then your next 4 is all going to be pain. So at least your Gutter Runner gets to recover. That's a bright side. Here's the fight. Yep, the Whiteheads, Nurgle has got the Khemri, and the Khemri are eager for a win. You are about to have a fight, lad. Let's see if you can deliver. And the match everyone wants to have cast. That is the match right there. Havlings, Ogres, that is the fight. And as you saw, the Havlings are down a tree. The Havlings are down a tree. Advice here to the Havlings, take the Havling Chef, see what happens, because it's cheap and he can do solid things. And that might be the most craziest game you ever saw. Okay, let's wrap this up then, shall we? Well, there you have it there. That was week number 8 there, as discussed. Boy, do we have a Battle Royale 1 division. Nothing decided. They're going to be fighting to the bitter end. And meanwhile, in the other divisions, you can see we've got clear favourites and other teams that are going to have to figure out what went wrong and do better. But we believe in all you there. Come on, lads. Let's see what can deliver and magic you do to us in week number 9. Nuffle, bless your dice.